And here we are again. Right, now I got up to flouring my base. Okay, there's my dough. As you can see, right, I'm just going to roll it in the flour. All that's for is to just get it coated. Nothing else. Now you can see I've got a nice round roll of dough. Here's my rolling pin. You might have a wooden one, I don't know what you've got. This is a marble one, and you just want to roll it basically. Now you're going to need, I don't know, about 10-12 inches, maybe more, depending on the size of your baking dish. I'm using a 10-inch flat dish, 10-inch flan dish, but you don't want it amazingly thick. Do you know what I mean? You want it nice and thin, otherwise you'll finish up waiting forever for it to cook. Now that'll probably come off the end anyway. Right, that now goes over the top of there, and if you pull it a little bit more, here's my flan dish, that goes there, this just goes straight across the top. So move it in so you're not near the edge and work your fingers on it right the way around it. Push it in from the centre. If you push it in from the actual centre of the pastry, of the pie dish, you'll find that you're stretching the pastry at the bottom, making it even thinner, and it'll cook even quicker. And you know, we're not perfectionists, are we? Are we, heck? Cooking's all trial and error. Now where's my knife? Here we go. Here's my knife. I'm going to trim my pastry right the way around. This pastry will become my lid. Now, don't throw that away, you're going to need it. So that can go back in there for now. Now, I've got a nice little edge of pastry. Now some people, they put water on the top of their pastry. I don't do that. I find that silly. It's just some person's silly idea to make the pastry stick together. Pastry, when you've made it, is naturally sticky because of the margarine. Not a lot of people know that, but if you're watching, now you do. Right, that's now done. Now, maybe you saw, maybe you noticed, I edited the video. Not a lot, just a little tiddly bit. And I'm going to carry on using this bit of flour here. Yes, I know I haven't put the apples in yet, I'm going to do it now. You'll see. I actually peeled and cored my apples, which is why I edited the video. Now, this is straightforward. Slice the apple, a nice lovely chunk, and just place them in. I've got 4 apples, which is plenty here for that, for this pie. You know, you don't need them overly thick. You don't need the fruit overly thick because it's going to expand. You know, in the pastry, it's going to actually expand. And some people might say, oh, no it doesn't. Yes it does. Because a lot of people, they stew their apples before they put them in the pie. I don't do that. You might think, oh, you know, you might say, oh, you're silly. I'm not silly. What I'm doing is, I'm actually using the apple's natural juices to cook inside the pie. Now, I've already done a full layer. I've done a full layer of apples. I've only used 2. You know, I've got 4 apples, like I said. So I'm going to do another layer. You know, not amazing thickness, but the apples are going to expand, like I said, inside the pastry when you cook them. You know, you might not have noticed, or you know, you might do yours the other way, where you stew your apples before you actually cook them. You know, before you put them in your pie. A lot of people do that. And I can't say I blame you, you know, but that's an old-fashioned way of doing it. Whereas I found a more simple solution. And because it's a more simple solution, and it's an updated simple solution, it works! You know, I'm not going to knock anyone for doing it the way they do it. I do it the way I make it, because I find that way suits me best. Right, quick dry of my hands. Now I'm going to make a very thin topping. I shall just put my oven on. I'm going to cook this on 150, and I have a fan assisted oven, so you're looking at possibly, what would we say, 150 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what is that in Fahrenheit. If you're doing it in Fahrenheit, use it about 200, I think that'd be okay. Mine only takes about 20 minutes to bake this pie completely through. About gas mark 6 or 7, I think. I don't know because I don't use gas. Right. I'm making a very thin topping. Just bear with me while I get some pressure under this, because it's you know, this is extremely thin. I mean, you know, if you know, regular viewers will know me by now. You know, I like to keep things short and straight to the point. Okay, now to bring out that natural sweetness I was talking about in the apples, I'm going to put on just some plain baker's sugar. You know, no faffing about. Just grab yourself a spoon and sprinkle it over the top of the apples. Now remember, these apples are Pink Lady, so they're already sweet. But the apple sugar, the sugar I'm putting over the apples, is going to bring out their natural juices and cook the apples inside the pie, which is something not a lot of other people do either. You know, I have seen people make apple pies with Bramley apples. I don't know about you, I can't stand Bramley apples. They're horrible. Absolutely foul. You know, they're foul tasting. They're bitter as anything. And they're just generally gross. So, anyway, on with this. Right. Now, this is where my sticky pastry, because there's no water on the edge, remember, comes into play. The only thing that's holding it together is the margarine from in the dough. That's it. But I'm not going to be fussy about that, you know. I'm not bothered about it at all. I'll get my knife and I'll do a quick trim. And here you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you an 18-inch apple pie. How easy is that? You know, have a go. Play about. Do whatever you like, however you want to do it. You know, it's down to you. Enjoy, because I've just had great fun making that. I'm not going to mark the centre, because for the specific reason is my pastry is that thin on the top, it won't need it. Trust me. Right, this is now going in the oven. I need a little sprinkle of sugar from my hand on the top of the pastry, just like that. Not like that, not like that, just like that. To quote Tommy Cooper. That'll go now in the oven for about 15 minutes and it'll be done. I'll get back to you then. That'll be part 2. Okay, if you've had fun, you know, enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good laugh at some of my things that I say. And I shall see you in part 2 in about 20 minutes time. Take care. Please give the videos a like. Come and subscribe. The more the better, because the more brings me to make more. And you know, I shall see you later on. Bye for now.